First Chronicles 19. And it came to pass after this that Nahash the king of the children of Ammon died, and his son reigned in his stead. Then David said, I will show kindness to Hanan the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him about his father. And when the servants of David came to the land of the children of Ammon, to Hanan, to comfort him, the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanan, Do you think that it was to honor your father in your eyes that David sent you comforters? Did not his servants come to you to search and disturb and spy out the land? So Hanan took David's servants, and shaved them, and cut their garments in the middle to the thigh of the leg, and sent them away. And they went away, and told David concerning those men, and he sent messengers to find them, for those men were exceedingly ashamed. So the king said, Stay in Jericho until your beards grow again, and then turn back. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had become hateful to David, Hanan and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire for themselves chariots and horsemen from Mesopotamia, and from Syria from Makkah, and from Zobah. And they hired for themselves 32,000 chariots, and the king of Makkah and his people, and they came and encamped before Medeba. Also the children of Ammon were gathered together from their cities, and came to war. When David heard, he sent Joab and the whole army of mighty men. And the children of Ammon went out and arrayed the battle at the gate of the city, but the kings who came stood by themselves in the field. And when Joab saw that battle was prepared against him, front and rear, he separated from among the most chosen of Israel, and arrayed them against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai his brother, and they arrayed themselves against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians are stronger than I, you will come to my aid. And if the children of Ammon are stronger than you, then I will help you. Be strong, and let us be strong for our people, and for the cities of our God, and may the Lord do what seems good in his eyes. Then Joab and the people that were with him drew near before the Syrians to battle, and they fled from before him. When the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians had fled, they also fled from Abishai his brother, and entered the city, and Joab came to Jerusalem. And when the Syrians saw that they were defeated before Israel, they sent messengers, and brought out the Syrians who dwelt on the other side of the river, and Sophach, captain of the army of Hadarezer, marched before them. Whereupon David being warned, he gathered all Israel together, and passed over Jordan, and went to them, and arrayed against them for battle. And when David had given orders for battle against the Syrians, they fought against him. But the Syrians fled before Israel, and David of the Syrians smote the men of 7,000 chariots, and 40,000 men on foot, and Sophach, captain of the army, he killed. When the servants of Hadarezer saw that they were slain before Israel, they made peace with David, and served him, and the Syrians were no longer willing to help the Ammonites. First Chronicles 20. When it came to pass in the course of a year, in the time when kings are wont to go out to war, that Joab led the army, and destroyed the land of the children of Ammon, and came and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed in Jerusalem, and Joab smote Rabbah, and destroyed it. 2 And David took the crown from off their king's head, and found in it the weight of a talent of gold, and there were precious stones in it, and it was placed on the head of David, and took away much booty from the city. 3 He also took the people that were in it, and made them work with the saw, and with iron chisels, and with axes. And so did David with all the cities of the children of Ammon. So David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. And after this it came to pass, when war arose in Gezer with the Philistines, that Sibbechai the Hushathite smote Sippai of the giant's sons, and they were subjugated. And there was war again with the Philistines, and Elhanan the son of Jair smote Lami the brother of Goliath the Gittite, whose spear shaft was like a weaver's organ. And there was yet another war in Gath, where there was a man of great stature, having 24 fingers, 6 on each hand, and 6 on each foot, who also was the son of a giant. And he reviled Israel, but Jonathan, son of Shimei, David's brother, smote him. These were born to the giant in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. First Chronicles 21. Then Satan rose up against Israel, and incited David to number Israel. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, Go, number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, and bring me the bill so that I may know their number. Then said Joab, The Lord add to his people 100-fold as much as they are, O my lord the king. Are they not all my lord's servants? "Why does my Lord seek this? Because this would be a cause of offense towards Israel." But the king's word prevailed against Joab. Therefore Joab went out and passed through all Israel, so he returned to Jerusalem. And Joab gave David the sum of the number of the people, and all Israel were 1,100,000 men, of them that drew the sword, and out of Judah 470,000 men, of them that drew the sword. But those of Levi and Benjamin he did not number among them, because the king's word was an abomination to Joab. And this business also looked bad in the eyes of God, therefore he smote Israel. Then David said to God, "I have sinned grievously in doing this thing, but now be it served to take away the iniquity of your servant, for I have done very foolishly." So the Lord spoke to Gad, David's seer, saying, "Go and speak to David, saying, Thus saith the Lord, 3 things I propose to you, choose one of them, so I can do it for you." And Gad came to David, and said unto him, "Thus saith the Lord, choose for thyself. Or 3 years of famine, or 3 months you will be consumed before your adversaries, and the sword of your enemies overtake you, or 3 days the sword of the Lord, that is, the pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroy all the terms of Israel. See, therefore, now what answer I shall make to him who sent me." Then David said to Gad, "I am in great distress, let me, therefore, fall into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are very many, but let me not fall into the hands of men." So the Lord sent the plague to Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And God sent an angel to Jerusalem to destroy it, and as he destroyed it, the Lord looked, and he repented of that evil, and said to the destroying angel, "It is enough, now withdraw your hand." And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And when David lifted up his eyes, he saw the angel of the Lord standing between earth and heaven, with his drawn sword in his hand stretched out against Jerusalem. Then David and the elders, covered with sackcloth, fell on their faces. And David said to God, "Was it not I who said that the people should be numbered? And I myself am the one who has sinned, and done much evil, but these sheep what did? Oh, Lord my God, let your hand be against me, and against my father's house, and not for the punishment of your people." Then the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to tell David to go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. So David went up, according to the word of Gad, who had spoken in the name of the Lord. And when Ornan turned, he saw the angel, and his 4 sons who were with him hid, and Ornan was threshing the wheat. And David came to Ornan, and Ornan looked, and saw David, and he went up from the threshing floor, and prostrated himself before David with his face to the ground. And David said to Ornan, "Give me this place of the threshing floor, to build an altar to the Lord therein, give it to me for its value, so that this punishment on the people may cease." Then said Ornan to David, "Take him for thee, and let my lord the king do to him what seems good in his eyes. Behold, I give the oxen for burnt offerings, and the threshing rods for wood, and the wheat for a food offering, I give everything." And King David said to Ornan, "No, rather, for its price I would buy it, for I will not take what is thine for the Lord, that I should not offer up a burnt offering without cost." And David gave Ornan 600 shekels of gold by weight for that place. So David built an altar there to the Lord, and offered up burnt offerings and peace offerings thereon, and he invoked the Lord, who answered him with fire from heaven on the altar of burnt offering. And the Lord commanded the angel, and he put his sword back into its scabbard. When David saw at the same time that the Lord had answered him in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, he sacrificed there. For the tabernacle of the Lord, which Moses made in the wilderness, and the altar of burnt offering, were at the height of Gibeon at that time. And David could not go before him to inquire of God, because he was terrified because of the sword of the angel of the Lord. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and make a comment.